Hello students, welcome back to my channel English Classes with Rashmi Rajput. Today we will enjoy a beautiful poetry Amanda from the book First Flight Class 10. This poetry is written by a famous American poet Robin Klein, who is famous for his books for children. In this poetry, Robin Klein has expressed the views of a little girl Amanda, who is constantly pointed out by her mother for making mistakes. Mistakes which she considers so as they are not part of the code of good conduct laid out by the society in which we live. Robin Klein makes an important point that a child should never be denied freedom. It is important to note that upbringing involves understanding from both the sides. Childhood is a time when we indulge in our beautiful fantasies and we do as we please. But as soon as we reach adolescence, we are expected to abandon such practices and do as we are told. Amanda has reached that midway age between childhood and adulthood. Amanda wants to postpone the process of growing up, so she withdraws into the childhood world fantasies and fairy tales. The poem deals with the upbringing of an adolescent girl Amanda. It highlights the struggle faced by the child. The poetry also revolves around the conflict between parents' aspirations and the child's fantasies. And the poetry says that love and proper care is required in nurturing a child. In the first stanza, the poet has written, "Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully." As we can see that this stanza is divided into two parts. The first part has no brackets and the second part has brackets. These lines are given within brackets because they reveal the inner thoughts of Amanda. Brackets are used for visual contrast between what Amanda is saying and what her mother is instructing. And similarly, the same pattern will be followed in the whole poetry. In stanza 1, the poet is describing Amanda, a little girl who is always pointed out by her mother for her mistakes and how she imagines her life to be. The poet says that the mother is pointing out Amanda for biting nails, which is a bad habit. Next, she asks her to sit straight without bending her shoulders. Amanda, who has habit of bending her shoulders and sitting lazily, is being pointed out because her mother wants her to sit in a right posture. At this point of time when she is being scolded by her mother, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea. She says that she wants to be the only resident of this beautiful green sea. She imagines herself like a mermaid who is alone there and leads her life in a very relaxing way. She says that she wants to be carried away by the current of water and feel the relaxing environment there. In the second stanza, the poet has written, "Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden and the freedom is sweet." Here, the poet says that Amanda's mother is inquiring her about whether she has done her homework or not. And then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she is also reminded to clean her shoes. So here we can see that the mother is constantly asking her questions regarding her homework being done or not, or whether she had cleaned up her room and shoes or not. But on the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instructions, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming on the streets. This means that she imagines if she would have been without parents, she would have walked freely in the streets. She would have drawn designs on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly. So, we can see that she thinks opposite to her mother. Her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instructions from her mother that she says silence is golden which means that silence is very crucial and precious. She further says that freedom is sweet, and this means she never feels free when she is with her mom. In stanza 3, the poet has written, "Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda? Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair." In this stanza, Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. At last, she scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale that was captured in tower by a witch. The witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. So now Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she feels that life in the tower will be peaceful and unusual. She thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. She also confirms to herself that she will never let down her hair to anyone so that nobody could ever come to the tower. In stanza 4, the poet has written, "Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda." Here, Amanda's mother now warns her for behaving in a very odd manner. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Moreover, she blames her of having such an unstable mood. She also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. So, here we can say that though Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on every small thing, but she can't react to this. If she reacts towards this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride and scolds her that she should not behave like this, as others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. We can also notice one thing in this stanza, that this stanza is not divided into two parts. It means that mother is nagging in the last stanza, but Amanda has killed her imagination. It means that when we constantly nag at our child, it will surely halt their imagination. The poem conveys the message that children need to be allowed more liberty. Excessive nagging makes them defiant and they turn a deaf ear to the instructions of the elders. They develop a kind of dislike for real life and start escaping into the world of dreams and imagination. In fact, the poem indirectly emphasizes the need of a healthy bond between parents and children. The literary devices used in the poetry are anaphora, repeated use of a word at start of two or more lines. Examples are don't bite, don't hunch. Did you finish? Did you tidy? Next is assonance, use of vowel sound O. Example is don't hunch your shoulders. Next is metaphor, use of word emerald sea for green color of sea being similar to the color of emerald. Silence is golden. Silence is said to be glorious like golden. Colorful freedom is sweet. Freedom is said to be sweet in taste. So these all are metaphor. Next is repetition, use of word Amanda. Next is alliteration. Stop that slouching and sit up straight. S sound is being repeated at the start of closely connected words. And next is allusion. Mermaid is a well-known imagery creature. Use of famous fairy tale like Rapunzel is also allusion. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you find it helpful to understand all the important aspects and elements of the poetry Amanda. Happy learning.